Yeah, at a certain point, my dad, let's say my dad was trying to, let me quit it, but my mom was there to support me anyway, anyhow, for me to, reach my dreams. So, but at a certain point too, my dad too also help as well. So let's say they all supported. They all helped for me too.
So from the start, what were the reasons your dad gave that he didn't want you to play football?
Yeah, at a certain point it was very difficult, let's say going to school, food to eat. So he wanted me to go and, start some work, for me to get some little stuff for the family as well.
So which club did you start your career and how did that go?
From Ghana or
From Ghana, like with your very first club, where did you start?
first club, okay, excluding my coach team or
All of them, like your very first club.
okay, before there's this club in Nkawkaw, that's let's say the name that most people will know is Tender. That's the name that most people will know. Yeah. From there, then I moved to Sunyani. No, before I went to Accra. Yeah, that's Dunamis in Kaswa. Yeah. And I also played in Lele. There's one club, Mal FC. Yeah. So that's from there. Then I went to Sunyani. Yeah, that's when everything started. Yes.
So playing here and going to Accra, around which years were that?
Yeah, it was around let's say 2014, 2015 there. Yeah.
Were they the only clubs you played for in Ghana?
Exactly.
And how did the opportunity come for you to move outside Ghana?
Okay, from Sunyani, we went to the National Under 17 to justify, and finally I was selected. So that's when everything started. That's when the Turkish agent saw me, and yeah, he moved me from Ghana to Turkey.
How did the opportunity come to go for the Under 17 justifiers?
Okay, the first came to Sunyani. Yeah, so there was some tournament that Bacteria was included. So that's when it started. So we were selected from Sunyani. Then again we went to Accra. Yeah, then everything just started from there.
So at the Under 17, which players did you play with and which competitions did you participate in?
Okay, I didn't participate in any competition because at the final, I think there was a little bit of misunderstanding. So yeah.
So which players did you meet in camp?
Okay, let's say there's Fatah Isaku. There's Omar, Nathaniel Ajay.
Okay.
Okay, and again, there's Uzair too. That's our captain. And yeah, I forgot a lot of them.
Okay.
Yeah, they are there.
So how did the experience playing in Ghana shape you for the experience in Europe?
Okay, from Ghana, I was kind of slow and soft. Yeah, but when I moved to Europe, that's my first year. They polished me, and they have a lot of facilities. So I got a lot of stuff to improve myself, and yeah.
So how did the move to Turkey happen?
Yeah, there was this friendly game at the national camp. So I didn't start though. I came in. I was substitute. So when I came in, I just played like, let's say 15 minutes. Yeah. So that's it.
How old were you then?
I think 16 or 17. Yeah, 16, 17.
And which team did you first play for when you went to Turkey?
In Turkey, right?
Yes.
That's Antalyaspor.
And can you just take me through the whole journey in Turkey? From which clubs did you play and now at Bodrum?
Okay, firstly, I was scouted for Antalyaspor. Yeah, so I started from Antalyaspor. Then I came back. I spent 1 month, then I came back. And I went back again, but I didn't went to Antalyaspor. I went to Fenerbahce again for trials. Then 1 month again, I came back to Antalyaspor again. So that's when everything started. So I stayed in Antalyaspor for, let's say, 4 months. Then I moved to Besiktas again for trials.
So alternating between Antalyaspor, Fenerbahce, Besiktas, what were the experiences like in between these clubs?
Yeah, I think Antalyaspor, let me see, they were my mother club in Turkey. That's when I went there. Yeah. But for Fenerbahce, Besiktas, let's say Fenerbahce is kind of difficult, but Besiktas, it was successful. Yeah, it was successful because everything was okay. They liked me, but because of there's some misunderstanding between the club and my agent, so everything wasn't successful.
So can you touch a little on the misunderstanding, not going into details? What happened?
It's just because
not
of
signed?
money. Yeah, it's because of money, nothing else.
And how did you feel? You were successful, they wanted you, but couldn't reach an agreement with your people.
Yeah, let me say, because it was my first time, so I wasn't having that experience, to maybe argue with my agent or something. So he just told me that this, that. Then I just let it go. So that's when I went back to Antalya. So from Antalya, like I said, it was my mother club, so they knew me already. So
and a lot
finally, when I was going to sign my contract, and there was a transfer ban, so I wasn't able to sign for them. So they took me to the first division for loan, but they were having a deal with them. The club that I went to, there was a deal between Antalyaspor and that club. Yeah. So when I finished everything, when I finished the season, that was half season though. Yeah. So I came back to Antalya. Then there's one club too, that's AU Sport. Yeah, they also came that they want me, like they want young player to be in their squad. So they also took me for loan. So I finished there for 1 year. That's the loan. Not knowing Bodum Sport was in 3rd division. 3rd division, foreigner can't play. Yeah, foreigner can't play in 3rd division. So likely they promoted to 1st division. So when they came, then Antalyaspor, those who was controlling Antalyaspor, they called me that, okay, finally Bodum Sport is in the 1st league, so I can play, so I should come back.
Okay. So I want you, how did it feel like we all of us here, we know about Besiktas, and you had a trial there as a young footballer, you are successful, but they couldn't reach an agreement with your agent for you to sign. How did you feel knowing that you were successful, but just couldn't sign for them? That could have been the changing point of everything in your career.
Yeah, like I stated, there were big players there. I saw big players there. Yeah, let's say the saying of Bernard Mensah, Atiba. I don't know if you know him. There was Atiba. There was Nkudu. So I was kind of a little bit down, because such a big club, such a big club. If they like you, I think it's a good thing. But what can I do? Nothing, because that's the beginning of my career. So I just let everything pass. Yeah.
So when you finally signed your first contract, how was the feeling?
Yeah, it was great because that's what I wish, and that's what every young player wish. Yeah, to start from Europe. And as you can see, till now everything is okay. Yeah, because from the beginning till now, yeah, I may say Allah's done a lot. Yeah.
Let's talk about your current season.
All right.
You featured a lot for your team, but unfortunately, you couldn't maintain your place in the Turkish Super League. How will you assess your performance in the current season?
Okay, thank you. Let's say, uh, from the beginning, the club didn't sign, a lot of professional and experienced players. Let me say experienced players, because as far as you are in the Super League, you are a professional player. So we started good. Yeah, let me say we started good from the beginning till I think the middle of the first half of the season. Yeah. So there's this coach that the board brought in the middle, that he changed everything. That he made the club lost a lot of points, and the players wasn't happy. A lot of problems and issues. But at the end of the day, what happens has happened. Nothing we can do. And also, I think the board too was having a little bit of difficulties. Yeah, so it's part of the relegation and everything. Yeah.
And you personally, like yourself, how will you assess your season?
Yeah, I would say it's great. And my first time in the Super League, playing with a lot of big players as Osimhen, Zeko, Amrabat, Martins. I may say it's good. Because that's my first experience playing with such players, and not per me, but from the board, from the club, outsiders, from my country, my friends, and some, big clubs outside Turkey. They are, appreciating and congratulating me for this season, what I've done, so far. So I may say it's good. It's good. It's a very good experience. And as the last time you saw yourself, so I may say I'm doing something good. Yeah.
So how did it feel like playing against Osimhen?
Yeah, let me say it's good, because uh, it gives you a lot of exposure. It makes a lot of, like, it builds a lot of opportunity for you, because there are a lot of agents. They would like to watch Osimhen. They would like to watch Galatasaray. So they would like to watch big clubs like Fenerbahce, Trabzonspor, Besiktas. So if you are playing with such team and such players, I think it's good. It's good for you, the player. Yeah.
When you are going into such games, how do you psych yourself up, and what do you tell yourself going into a game like that?
Okay. Uh, I'm not a scary person. Yeah, I'm not a scary person. I'm very bold, and I have that confidence. So in such games, I feel like it's a normal game for me. I don't feel any pressure, like nothing. Yeah, I just feel confident and just go on a pitch and do my work. That's it.
Against Fenerbahce in particular, I paid attention to that game and you did quite well. How did it feel like coming up against a coach like Mourinho, and there's also Alexander Djiku there? How did it feel like facing Mourinho?
Yeah, as everyone knows, Mourinho is a big coach. Uh, he has a lot of stars. He won a lot of trophies. So it was great. And as the team called Fenerbahce per se, even if not Mourinho and the players, they were, the club is kind of, I don't know if I should say like spiritual way or something. There are some clubs, they have that spirit behind them. Yeah, that's how Fenerbahce is. Even if they don't play good, yeah, even if you have better team than them, better players than them, that spirit will overcome you. That's how the club is. So you could see that we play with them, but at the end of the day, you see that they will score, they will find the back of the net. Yeah.
So, for example, like in Ghana, when a lot of players are going to play against House of Folk or Asante Kotoko. It's
Exactly.
like a final for them.
Exactly.
So how is it the same for you playing against
Yeah, it
Fenerbahce?
it was.
And after the game, how did you feel?
Yeah, I felt good. I felt very good because for you to play against Fenerbahce, it improves your CV and your value. Yeah, it improves your CV and it makes everyone knows you. You know, yeah, it makes you get recognized a lot. Yeah, so it was fun. It was good.
Now let's still talk about your season. As a midfielder, you played about 24, 25 games, started 23 of them, and provided 4 assists. So, but the teams unfortunately couldn't maintain its place in the league. What's next for you?
Okay, like I mentioned before, you know, this season was great for me in the Super League, and there are a lot of opportunities, you know, outside and inside as well. So we are still my managers are still working on it. Yeah. So before I go back, I think everything will be finalized for us to know the next step. Yeah.
So, will you be playing in the second division or you be?
For now, I may say no because we've already made our mind. Yeah. So I may say no.
So, which leagues or clubs are you looking at playing if you will not be playing for Boardroom in the upcoming season?
Okay, the clubs I can't state them right now because I don't know. Because there are a lot of clubs, but I can't state that this or that. For the country, I may say Belgium, France, Portugal, Spain, Italy, and let's say Netherlands and England. Yeah.
So, you personally, you've not played professionally in any other league apart from the Turkish Super League.
Exactly.
How are you adapting to the demands in that league?
Okay.
There's a lot of passion we see among the fans. How is that like?
You see, Turkish Super League is one of the difficult leagues. Yeah, it's one of the difficult leagues. You see, most of the players when they are at the end of their career, that's when they come to finish everything. As you say, right now there's this Larisane is in Galatasaray right now, so you can see the league is kind of, you know, big players, and also you got a lot of experience, you know, and for me, I may say for me to be able to play in the Super League, yeah, I think I don't think I can play in any league. Outside Turkey, I don't think I can play.
So they just concluded season. Which game would you say is the most difficult you've played in?
Yeah, against Fenerbahce.
What makes it difficult?
Yeah, because okay, let me say the second league rather. The first league it was okay, like we were able to play with them, but at the end, we lost 2-0. That was good, at least our first time in the Super League. But the second league, when you know things change, things turned upside down. When they bought the new coach, you know, stars, yeah, so it makes things a little bit difficult. And also, it was after the national break. So some of our players went to the national assignment. So when they came back, they wasn't able to, you know, start as Bodumspor strong team. So you can see he makes them with the substitute that we play with Fenerbahce, and they play with all their squad. So you see, you do a lot of work, and it wasn't easy. That's why I said as a very difficult game.
So which would you say is your best game? Like this game, after playing the game yourself, you have the feeling that wow, I've really done well and I've enjoyed myself in this game.
Yeah, I can say 2 games against Besiktas and against Trabzon.
Why?
Trabzonspor. Okay, Trabzonspor, you know, they are a big club.
Yes.
So I went away. That's in their stadium. Yeah. I think after the game, if let's say Bodumspor, let's say Bodumspor, I was the best. Yeah, the game I was the best, and also you could watch the stars, everything. You could see that, yeah. So I think that was one of the best, you know. And also Besiktas as well. Besiktas, it was a big club as well, like I said. Yeah, so it was a good experience also. I also played good there. The start was good. Yeah.
Looking ahead, what are your short-term and long-term goals?
Okay, let me say I started from a difficult background, and gradually, you know, I'm climbing, I'm climbing the success one after the other. So I may say everything is time, and when there's time, there's also, chance for you to, utilize, your ambitions. So the ambitions, I may say, it's not about only talking. It's included with hard working as well. So I'm looking forward to see myself, one of the big, leagues, and also one of the big clubs, I say.
So you just mentioned big leagues and big clubs.
Yeah.
Which league or what are the two leagues and clubs that at least you would want by the end of your career you play there?
Okay, let me say England and Spain. And Spain, the club, I will say Atletico Madrid. Yeah, and if you go to England, I will say that's my favorite, but they are not in the Premier League. But as it stands now, I will say Aston Villa. Yeah.
So why do you want to play for these clubs and these leagues and in these leagues?
Yeah, I watch them a lot, and my style of play is kind of matched to their style of play. Yeah, that's why I wanted to,
So over the few years in your career, only 23 now, what are some of the challenges you've encountered as a footballer?
Challenges, there are a lot. I can't mention all, but let me just state a few. Going far away from family, like I stated earlier on, you stay outside, you are not seeing your family, and also the food. Even that's the most, the difficult part, the food. Yeah. And also, you've been around your friends, your colleagues. It's kind of, far away. So it's kind of the, difficulties, So as far as we move on, we are kind of, uh, getting used to it. So yeah, we there are a lot, but for us to make it short, as footballers, we go through a lot. So yeah.
So growing up, which footballers were your idols, and how did they shape your career?
Okay, before there are some agents when I was in Sudan. When after the tournament, they always call me I Toure. Yeah. So for me as a player too, I was watching Paul Pogba. Yeah, I like his style. His physiques. Yeah,
Which of them influenced your playing style the most?
Pogba.
So what aspects of his game do you infuse into yours?
Yeah, that's his long pass. Yeah, his long pass and his penetrations as well. Yeah.
How important is it for you to one day represent the national team, the Black Stars?
Okay, for the Black Stars, I may say it's important for every player, every young player who want to reach his goals. Yeah, so I'm not in a rush. Yeah, I'm not in a rush. I'm just focusing on my career at the moment. If the opportunity comes, we take it and do our best. Yeah.
You won't be in a rush. That's fine. But every footballer they've set career targets for themselves. By this age, I want to be at least feature for the national team once.
Yeah.
Within what time frame are you looking to at least play for the Black Stars?
Yeah, I may say, if God willing, if the year 2025, 2026 season, before it comes to an end, yeah, for God willing, I believe I will be there. Yeah.
Okay. So how do you balance your professional football career with your personal well-being?
Okay, I'm not that kind of person, for me, let's say, unless I'm home, but if I'm there playing my football, it's everything is football. Everything is football. Unless maybe I'm home for holidays. That's when you will see me with my friends, maybe going somewhere to just, for vacations to have fun. That's it.
So finally, what message do you have to share with Ghanaians, fans?
Okay, let's say there are a lot of, a lot of my friends, and a lot of big personalities and a lot of clubs who want to see me in the national team, and also they want to see me go far. So what I may say, or what I can say is, they should just keep believing in me. They should just, be at my back. I, I I believe myself. I believe in myself, and they know what I can do. Yeah, they know what I can do, and always praying to Allah. So I know everything is going to be okay.